Hi guys, it's Mark here from the Barbecue and Brews show. I'm here with Simmo at Meatstock in Toowoomba. Here to really talk about you and your team and how you're going here with Charlotte's Weber.
Yeah.
So, look, I think I can guess where the name came from by looking around, but can you tell me where the name came from?
Look, it's not that obvious.
No?
But it actually came from the Webers.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Now, how many Webers do you have?
Here,
Yeah.
we've got 6.
Yep.
Then we've got GAs, but
Yep.
then at home, it's just, we lost count.
Lost count.
Lost count. Yeah.
That's an impressive collection that you have here.
Yeah, these are our nice ones.
Yep.
Ish.
So, lots of different colours.
Yeah.
I think we've got every colour you can get, Jason.
And so look, you're prepping now at the moment, so what are we actually doing?
So Jason here is prepping a brisket for tomorrow for ABA, which will go on tonight.
Yep.
And I'm
About
prepping
midnight tonight.
SEA dessert bacon, so what we're doing here, I've got some bacon maple ice cream. Going to have a bacon maple ball in there,
Yeah.
sitting in a cup. And then we're going to have a candied chard in there, which is going to be chopped bacon in a candied chard. And then we're also going to have candied bacon sitting on the other side, and then I'll be drizzling it with a maple glaze.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So it should be good. We've got 12 of them, so come back later on.
All right, we'll book that one in for later. Yeah. Like you twist my arm, I'll be back for that. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we haven't finished it yet though.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so pretty much from here, we've got hot dogs coming up at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
That's going to be just lightly smoked hot dogs, heated up with a bit of camembert inside. and you know, just a few extras on that one, and yeah, so it'll be good.
Yeah. And I hear you guys are starting your own sort of festival.
Yeah, so we've done one already.
Smokefest.
Smokefest.
Yep.
So we got 5th, best comp. Third.
Congratulations.
No,
Fifth.
No, whatever.
Yeah,
Third setup.
third setup. So we got third best setup. But
Yep.
yeah,
So Smokefest, July 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
And it's really for all the guys on the Gold Coast because the Gold Coast doesn't have a barbecue festival.
Yep.
So that's what their main aim is, just to make sure everyone can come to the Gold Coast. Anyone who lives on the Gold Coast will know that travelling around for every single comp is a bit of a pain. So that's what we wanted to do, make sure that people had a place to go. That's not hours drive, it's just around the corner. But also we're showcasing and promoting the best beer, distilleries, wineries,
Well,
food.
you had me at beer. So tell me a bit more about the beer.
So we got Black Hops involved, we got
Yep.
Currumbin Valley Brewing, Matic Brewing. We've reached out to a bunch of others. A lot of people are showing interest.
That's great.
Distilleries, we've got Capricorn, Rebellion Rum, Grandad Jack's, a few other people. They're all involved. So it's almost like a craft beer, craft distillery, barbecue event. And
So
we go
how many
really
days we'll go for?
2 days. So
2 days.
SEA and ABA, similar
Yep.
to this, but Saturday, Sunday. And then there's going to be kids' rides, entertainment, all sorts of
Oh,
things.
so you made it all sort of kid friendly, so I can bring my kids, put them to the side, and I can go and have lots of craft beer.
Well, it's
That's
all
what
free,
it sounds
all
like.
free rides too.
Oh, I
so-
thought you were going to say all free beer then for a second. Oh, you nearly had me. I'm like, oh, that's it. Oh, man, I'm there.
No, well, it's free beer for us.
Oh, yeah.
But no, so look, it's really kid. We've all got kids.
Yep.
You know what it's like. So it's a good weekend out for you. Send the kids off. They can go jump in the jumping castle for 2 hours straight. You can have a selection of beer and distilleries and wineries and all sorts. So
That's fantastic.
it's gonna be good. Yeah, and barbecue.
So where'd you get the idea to do that from?
Well, we were at the Burley one a few years ago, and that sort of folded for whatever reason. And then we just sort of went, hey, it actually has been an organic process. We started with, hey, let's just do a barbecue comp and tack on with another guy and that sort of thing. And then that turned into, all right, let's do our own whole thing. So it really wasn't an idea right from the start to do it. It sort of has morphed into this big craft beer thing. But the more we've done it, everyone's come to us and saying, hey, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this. We're like, awesome, come along.
It's a fantastic community, isn't it? Everyone sort of gets involved and wants to help out.
And it is good. And I think a lot of people are just desperate, especially at the moment. There hasn't been many events. A lot of people haven't really made much money. People are trying to get their brand out, and we're just trying to give them a space to do that. So if you've got a really awesome product that you make, like last year we had a smoked honey guy, and they sold out of all their honey that they'd made for the year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they had to go home and make more for the next day. And they were like, oh, we can't believe it. We're like, well, you know, good on you guys. Like, we're just doing the event, you guys come and sell. And I think a lot of people appreciate that. So it's all like trying to keep it super low cost as well, because we know that people, money's tight for a lot of people. So we're just trying to keep it low cost, make it for families and bring your kids and all sorts. So
It was a bit of a daunting endeavour to sort of take on that sort of big project.
It was. And then you go into meetings with the council, and the council like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you're like, all right. And we've actually engaged a lot of people to help us. So we're reaching out to media people, we're reaching out to like consultants that help us with the like liquor and licensing space and all that sort of thing. And you know, you can't do this sort of thing by yourself, and that's what we learned last year. Is like, oh, we need a lot more help. So this year we've engaged people to give us a hand and help out, and their specialty is to do that stuff. So help us out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so yeah, it's going to be great. So we're looking forward to it. We hope everyone comes. We're going to go around to all the teams and just bully them into coming. But you know, it is a good event. It's really casual. It's the Gold Coast style, really, isn't it?
Yep.
So just nice and casual, and middle of winter as well, which is perfect for barbecue. So it's cold, and you know, you can sit around your fire and that sort of thing. So it's perfect. The opposite of the Gold Coast, really, isn't it? So.
So talk about more of the comp. What's your go-to each protein that you like to cook?
Yeah, right. So I mainly stick with pork ribs,
Yep.
and then I help out prepping chicken.
I love pork ribs. You had me there.
Yeah. Look, we're mid-pack. We'll get there one day.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be honest. We'll get there.
There's always room to improve. That's what it is.
Exactly. Always.
Yeah, we sort
Not-
of have
not first,
our things
not
that we stick to. So
Yeah.
it's pork ribs, lamb and pork normally. I usually hit up the brisket, and we all sort of share the chicken because everyone hates chicken. No one likes chicken.
That's your most hated one of all, is it?
It's just
Just
the
a
prep.
prep. Yeah.
Just the prep for chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we first did our comp, we went into it like, all right, you're doing this, and it actually made it a lot easier because the first comp we did was 7 hand-ins, half an hour apart. It was
Oh,
a
that's a
baptism
lot.
of fire. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But we ended up doing really well because we're just like, all right, you're on pork ribs. Like everything with pork ribs, that's you. So he just knew exactly what to do and if he needed help. So I think that's a better way of doing it. Otherwise, if someone's doing a little bit of something, it means that no one has full ownership over that. So. But it also means when it comes to the awards and like we come dead last in pork ribs, we know who to blame. So, but you know, there's 65 teams here though, so it's harder to come last than first. I would have thought so.
Look, a challenge you can take on board. You know.
I reckon we can come last. So, yeah, I think our
Challenge
favourite protein is brisket. Something we've been mostly successful with.
Yep.
And we got an absolute banger here today. So. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And what we really like to do is put it in the Webers because most people have got a Weber at home.
Yep.
Not everyone has a trailer mounted smoker or anything like that, so we just like to show everyone that you can do this stuff at home.
Yeah, you got to sort of touch on my next sort of question there. So, like, for those who barbecuers at home, what sort of tips on and how they should prep or cook their meat to really get the best out of it?
Get on the Facebook pages.
Yeah,
There's
well,
really good online communities for barbecuing.
Yeah.
Teach everything.
it is
That's where we
important to
learn.
know that competition barbecue is very different to what you do at home.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got a brisket here, you've trimmed off like 2 kilos of brisket. You wouldn't do it at home, no way. But the basics are the same. So what we've got in our Webers, we use a snake method in the Weber, and you can run it for about 12 to 18 hours. You can adjust it. You know, you can buy a second-hand Weber for not much, and you can put out a competition brisket. So people at home can do it.
Yep.
And there is fantastic resources on social media, lots of videos, lots of people giving tips on YouTube and things like that. The most important thing for anyone at home is buy a thermometer.
Yes.
Don't try and do the 2 hours for £2 or whatever that rubbish is. Just get a thermometer. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just it changes everything up straight away. Cook to temp. So and you know with a brisket, have it ready for 3 o'clock if you're eating at 6 because it can rest for hours.
Yeah.
So that's probably when I bought a thermometer the first time, it was a game changer. So
Yeah. I totally agree with that as
buy a
well.
thermometer.
Yeah.
And they don't cost much.
No, and
It's cheaper than a piece of meat now.
Oh, and yeah, that's right. Once you've stuffed up one bit of meat, you've multiplied the thermometer, so it covers
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, so that's probably the most important thing for anyone. And I use it all the time. Like I use it just for when I'm cooking chicken.
Yep.
For no other reason. I just don't want to give someone massive salmonella poisoning. So I just have chicken 165 done. So,
And you mentioned the snake method. Do you
Yeah,
give any
we
sort of wood
actually
chunks in
don't.
as well, or what do you normally
yeah.
do?
So with the snake, so it is literally a snake. It goes around the bowl. And lots of people do it different ways. We do it with 2 on the bottom and 1 on top, and you sort of stand it around, and it all sort of goes around like that. But what you want to do then is you want to put your wood chunks in the first hour or 2 of depending on how much smoke you want in your meat, and depending on what you are doing. Like brisket, you want heaps of smoke. Pork, but if you're doing chicken, some people don't really like smoked chicken too much. So you change it up, but you really just put your big chunks on the first couple of sort of rows, and then you smoke it for the first hour because most of the time you wrap it after a few hours anyway. So that's where you put it. So we don't have a snake set up, unfortunately. Would have been good, but
Not yet.
not yet. But
Too early.
So we just smoked these. So we just smoked these just to get a little bit of smoke flavour into the biscuits.
Yep.
So yeah, I heavily smoked. I just put a whole bunch of cherry wood on there. That's my favourite, cherry wood. It sounds weird, but that fruity smoke flavour does actually come through at the end.
Yep.
And you can taste it. Whereas with the brisket, we're going to go more of like a hickory, woody flavour. Better for beef. So yeah. We use the smoke for most things. I think what we use you do chicken. We're not doing chicken wings or anything this comp, so there's no other methods. It's really just all snakes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just all
So-
snakes.
Yes.
So I've been looking at a lot of Webers since I've been here, and it's making me want to get a Weber.
Should.
So if you're going to introductory into Webers, any particular brand or model you guys would recommend, or
Whatever you
older
can find
Webers-
cheap, $50.
Yeah.
outside the road, we find them there.
Just work
Seriously?
within your budget.
Yep.
Like, don't go out and think you need a $10,000 offset smoker.
Yep.
You don't.
Yeah.
These
Most
are
of these were
50
sub 100.
bucks, Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
The older ones are actually better. The older ones are a bit thicker,
Yep.
so they hold heat a little bit better. And wooden handles are better too because the plastic
Oh,
ones
okay.
will just burn your hand
Oh,
so
okay.
badly. So if you do get a plastic one, just rip it off and put two. I've got 2 pieces of wood. I don't have a special Charlotte's Weber knife one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, the reason is like whoever at Weber decided to put plastic ones, and that's where the heat is, and it's just a 200-degree piece of plastic that you just put your hand around.
Yep.
Oh, great. So, but anyway, like Simmo said, work within your budget. There's guys flogging, like they've found their Weber in the back of grandma's shed they've never used for 30 years, and they're selling it for $50, or if you're lucky enough to find one in hard rubbish,
Yep.
they're awesome.
It's fantastic.
So yeah, I mean, how long has Weber been around now? 70 years or something?
Yeah.
And we still haven't got a sponsorship.
Just going to say Weber a bit more. And then,
yeah. Weber. But that's the whole.
Charlotte's one.
Charlotte's Wine. But that's the whole
Like,
premise. We
you're
want to
doing
show
it for
people. We want to show people that you can do this stuff just with the Weber that you've got. Your dad might have bought or something like that. You know, like it a little bit of adjusting, and you can bang out some relatively good stuff. So relatively compared to all the guys that are doing really good stuff here.
64th place stuff.
Yeah. But coming last year is probably better than most guys cooking at home.
Yep.
In reality. So so that's why we do it.
So with the comp, you guys seem like getting quite creative on your things. Is that sort of part of the sort of drive and passion for it?
For
Yeah.
SCA, you can be
Yeah.
a bit more free with things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to change it up to stand out a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that's what wins it too. Like a lot of they see the same thing over and over again for an SCA dessert. You've got cheesecake or something like that. You just got to change it, and then they open the box and finally something different.
Yep.
Like they're not eating the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, so the
64
poor guys have
ice
got to
creams
eat
going into that.
65 steaks.
So.
Like, you're going to get pretty bad meat sweats later on. So yeah, the SCA, they give you a bit more creative control over what you can and can't do. So we try and think outside the box. So last year we had pavlova nests.
Oh, yeah.
And we ended up coming second on that, so that was really good. We're doing, with the burgers, we're doing smash patty burgers, which is actually a Love Buds, what are they, vegan or vegetarian burgers. So yeah, we're just trying different things. So when you go home and you bang out this sort of thing, all the stuff that you thought was hard when you're cooking other times actually becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
So that was probably the biggest learning curve when I started doing comp, like just doing briskets and stuff. When you do comp and you go home and do it, it's easy. Just like, oh yeah, okay.
No stress.
Yeah.
No time limit.
It
When
makes
it's ready, it's ready.
yeah, it makes your home cooking a lot better. So I'll personally say that I've started doing more creative stuff at home and
Yep.
thinking about the different things and everything. And it's all sort of thanks to when you come here. We're all here drinking beer and doing that, but everyone here is almost could be like a pretty good chef if they really put their minds to it, because that's their passion, really, isn't it? Food. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good stuff coming out of some of these teams, and it's not their day job. It's
Yeah.
just a hobby. So.
And
Yeah.
coming to Meatstock, what sort of anything you want to see or excited to see here? Besides, I know you're cooking all night long. If you do get a chance to go out and see things, anything good?
Hopefully we're not here all sort of stuck here, but we definitely want to walk around and check out some of the
Some of the demos.
some of
Yep.
the demos. Yeah,
Pretty
meet
big
some of
names
the-
here.
Buy another Weber on the other side, yeah.
Probably buy one. Yeah.
People will come to us, be like, "Oh,
See, Weber's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one's 300.
Beg
That one's
for
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the Weber set up
Yeah.
down there, but nothing's really open today. So I think
Yep.
the Savo
2
will be.
o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, the Savo's going to be good because it stakes and everything out.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
we'll have a few hours to Savo to get and check everything out. Hopefully,
Yeah.
can't wait to see Lee.
So we might have to wrap it up because we
All right,
have
well-
an Indian coming up.
Fantastic. Look, really appreciate the time, guys.
No worries.
Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
I'm sure you'll do well.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully, But yeah, thanks for
Top
having a
64.
quick chat with us as well.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No worries.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers. Cool.